I have no idea why. I have no idea why my internet keeps going in and out. Someone does not want me talking about this, I bet you. Well, anyway, let's start this over again. It's like the third time. And I had to delete all my movies out of here that I had saved from my one freaking website that I watch movies off of. Questions and answers again with Kylie. And I need to get this done before freaking 2 o'clock so I can eat, people. Okay? Questions and answers in the Kylie case. Kylie Rodni case. I just watched the AW video that they put out for the public. The Adventures with Purpose video that they did on Kylie Rodni. It's an eye opener. A lot of things are an eye opener. A lot of questions need to be answered just from their video that they put up. Question: They got a tip from a tow man who's seen Kylie at day after the party at what time? What time? 11 a.m. the day after. Yes, with this unknown guy. He described to be under 6'3", freckles or acne or both, wearing a white bro tank top, thin built with brown hair, and wearing a San Francisco baseball black hat. Who was this guy that she was with? Okay, why? He said that she was hesitant around this guy when he pulled up. I want the question asked about how and why she would ask a tow truck guy about how to put a seatbelt on numerous times when she knows how to drive, was taught to drive, was able to operate a vehicle before even getting her license. What? She called them because she couldn't get her car started. Because and the tow truck guy went through everything and found that it was in neutral and the car wouldn't move the car wouldn't start if it was in neutral. Okay? Who called for the tow? Who called the tow truck company? Well, Kylie stated that her phone died at 12:32 a.m. She used the phone of the unknown guy that she was with. Okay? The tow truck guy description of her was hesitant, seemed a little hungover or distressed. And every time, when they went to a certain part of the car with the tow truck guy, the mysterious guy had to follow behind her. He seemed like he didn't want to leave her on her own with the tow truck guy. And she kept moving away from the guy, like she didn't want to be with the guy. She didn't want him overhearing the conversation that she was going to have with the tow truck guy, which is eerie coincidence in itself. Okay. My question is, because she was so hesitant and asking all these questions and stuff, like these dumb, questions that anyone would know. Was she afraid of this guy? Did she not want to be with this with this guy? Did this guy she was with do something to her after the tow truck guy left? Because the guy was afraid that he could have thought he was going to get in trouble with being with Kylie or whatever, and did something to Kylie. I'm just pure speculation. It's just sus how the way she was acting with the tow truck guy around this unknown male. And then she was found dead later on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he said that he seemed like she was trying to avoid the guy. She texted her mom or called her mom saying that she was coming home, but didn't come home. She was seen almost a day later, heading towards Reno with some unknown guy, and then found in a lake back at where they were having the party the night before. So how did she going from like the Under Lake or whatever towards Reno, going back to and dying for the day that the oh my god, this internet, it sucks today. I'm thinking someone is trying to stop me from saying shit because I'm onto something. Because he said that his tow truck is enabled with video and audio. So did the comps get that footage? Because if they got that footage and that tow truck guy has this man or this unknown male on footage, they could find out who this guy is that she was with, and if it was Kylie that day. So which means she survived that night. Her car was facing towards A 894, while the service car and the tow truck guy was facing the opposite direction. What I don't understand is why it took almost 20,000 man hours or 2 weeks to check all these lakes and stuff, and did not find her car. But it took Avengers with Purpose a day and a half, not even, to find this car in Prosser Creek Reservoir in 14 feet of water. Was the car not there all that time and was placed later in Prosser Creek with her dead body in it? They checked to see if there was a cell phone signal to call from Prosser Lake, from Donner Lake and all that, and there was a cell phone signal. I mean, the first interview that they showed, the mother did not seem all that sad. I don't know how I would take it. I mean, people take grief seriously. I mean, differently, I mean. But in the second video that they showed, you can tell the sadness in her voice and stuff, but there was still no tears. You can see they went to Donda Lake in the footage. You can see tire tracks, you would have seen tire tracks if the tire tracks weren't covered up. No change to the growth in Donder. in the water or in any other lakes. The other lakes were shallow. Donda Lake, Big Drop, no kiely. It was like 142 feet deep at the most. No guardrail, was by fire station. Cleared it, no car. On day 2, they were at Prosser Creek, the last one. They cleared 4 other lakes. Okay? The day before. And they found no car. At 10:41 a.m., they went on to Prosser Creek Lake. At first, they did not see the car on the one side of the incline where the party was. Okay. They found it at 12:46 at the creek. The deepest of that creek was 55 feet deep. There were 200 plus people at this party. Someone told them that Facebook served. There was disturbing behavior by someone who you can't really tell who it was because of the fact that they blurted it out. There was fights minutes before the party broke up, and it ended. And there was just, like I said, disturbing behavior. Car really sped it out of there quickly after at around 12 whatever o'clock. Parents of these people who were at this party are telling the kids to keep quiet, to mind their own business, and not to get involved. Okay? And they asked someone if the reservoir was, high for this time of year or low for this time of year, and the person said that it's the driest summer for Prosser Creek in years. So the cops can't argue with the fact that the Prosser Lake was deep, because if it was at its normal peak, it would have been deep and they would not have found this car. The lake was shallow. The car was found not even 3/10 of a mile from where the party was where the party was, in 10 to 14 feet of water, and no one heard the car go into the water. So which means the car had to have gone into the water after the party broke up and left. So it had to be the day after, when the tow truck guy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there was a fight between this unknown male and Kylie because she called the tow truck driver and tried to hint to him that she was in trouble, and he caught wind of that and did not like the fact that she was trying to do that. Took her back to Prosser Lake, killed her, or took her to Reno, killed her. Didn't know what to do with the body in the car because they hid the car for so long with her body in the car. Drove her back to Prosser Lake, thinking they'll just leave the car there, and decide just to, at the last spirit moment, drop into the water. And because of the car being pushed into the water or being put in the water, all that air and stuff turned the car over. Okay? When they found the car was upside down. Hold on, my daughter's talking to me. Hold on. What? Um, there was 18 agencies, freaking over 20,000 hours of man hours, and could not find this car. Why? Was the car put there after they first searched these lakes and creeks? Driver's side passenger side window was open halfway to almost all the way to almost down. Why didn't she swim out that window? Because she wasn't in the driver's seat or the passenger seat. Probably was towards the back seat to the trunk of the car. Her passenger window was smashed out or broken out. Why couldn't she have swam out of that window? She was not found in driver's seat, but in the back of the car, leaning up against the driver passenger side window. She was like this, leaning up like she was sleeping up against the window. You can tell how the body was positioned, even with it blurred. You can tell she was like this. Leaning up against the corner side of the window in the back seat. The driver's side rearview mirror was not broken. Or was it the passenger side? Yeah. One of that side was not broken, but the other side was. And from what they said, and I do agree, that it does look suspicious, or as you could say, sus. Because why would she? And then the comment from her father that they showed, I totally agree with. Why? How was she found? They told them. Why didn't they find the car when they first dragged the lake or the creek the first time around? He said, and he asked where was she positioned and everything, and they told him she was not in the driver's seat, and he's like, not in the driver's seat, and he was like, no, he was not, and he asked where was she? They told her exactly where she was, in the back in the passenger seat near the trunk of the car, leaning up against the window with the car upside down. And even the father was like, and was like flabbergasted at everything he was being told. You can tell the father couldn't handle it at all. And they asked if he wanted to be there to see the car come out of the water. And he's like, I can't see her in that condition. I can't. I want to remember her the way she was. I don't want to remember her coming out of a lake like that. No. And he drove off on his dirt bike, which I don't blame him. I do not blame him at all. But there's a lot of questions needing to be answered. Who was this guy that she was at the day after the party? Why were they found heading towards either back to Prosser or back to Reno? Do they have the footage of her with this guy that day? How did she get from Donder Lake there, 894 or whatever, back to Prosser Lake when she was supposed to be going back home at 12 o'clock? Why was it drugs and drinking and disturbed behavior between this one person that she was with? I mean, a lot of questions need to be questioned. Why? I mean, I heard that through other YouTubers that she had a phone charger. Why couldn't she charge her phone to call while she was gone for so many hours between the tow truck driver and the party, and then from the tow truck driver to the time of her death? It's just something does not add up here. She did not accidentally go into the water. She seemed hungover and stuff, maybe from all the drinking and stuff, but she still was hesitant and scared of this guy. She didn't want to be with this guy. She was avoiding this guy, which tells me she was there with this guy against her will. If the tow truck driver, what he was saying is telling the truth. I mean, we don't know if this guy is the ex-boyfriend, because it's very eerie how she was found in Praso Lake or and stuff in the water and stuff. When a week or two later or whatever, he posts a memorial video of her in her prom dress and everything, and them dancing around to music and stuff. And he says at the end of the video, "Do you want to go for a swim?" And she says no. "You want to go in the water or something like that?" And she absolutely said no.
Yes.
Hold on. What?
Come get this.
What is it?
There's something I got for you. Get down here and get it.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, Angela. Ziggy, hang up.